What's up, y'all? Danny from Vanlife Northwest coming to you today with something very special, as always. But this one in particular. This is called a TownAce European camper, or as I like to call it, space cabin. This is a four-wheel drive, naturally aspirated, diesel propelled camper with pop top. Of all these campers, these fiberglass campers that were built on a TownAce four-wheel drive pickup cabin chassis in Japan, this one's probably my favorite. I mean, just superficially, it looks very cool. I mean, hard to deny that at all. Secondly, it's actually reasonably light compared to some. Some of you may have seen I had a Campmate with a slide out. Very cool van, also very heavy van. And with this little motor that's on this chassis, with the 5-speed manual column shift, yes, 5-speed column shift manual transmission, it's only propelled by a 2C 2-liter diesel. So not a whole lot of horses under that hood. But what it lacks in pure brute power, it makes up for in off-road ability. So this is not a stock stance. We've raised this 2 inches. And it is great off-road. You do not have to put it in four-wheel drive very often. It just, the way the weight is distributed, puts a lot of traction to the rear wheels. These are 5 on 5.5, 14-inch rims, the same that are on the domestic four-wheel drive Toyota vans from 86 through 89. We've done a lot to this rig. I've had it for a while, just slowly chipping away at it, making sure it's amazing. First thing you can see, the seats. The seats have been fully recovered. The seats that come in these are really just a really nasty tan color, and after a light tan on top of it, and after years of use, they just get really dingy and you just can't bring them back even with extraction. We recovered the door cards as well too with new vinyl to match, which is really a freaking dead-on match with the dash, this navy blue color with the dash interior. Some holes in the dash. There was, I believe at some point, a backup camera, like a old school TV backup camera style, black and white, where you had to adjust the tracking and everything. It's pretty crazy. This one didn't have it, but I've seen them before. Here's that 5-speed manual column shift. A little goofy to get used to at first, but you know, you get the swing of it and it's not too bad after a while. This one seems to shift particularly well. This is a drink holder slash jump seat. So seating for 3 belted positions in the front. Here's your high and low range gear shifter. And then there's a push button 4-wheel drive right over there in the middle with the green outline. Old school cluster. I'll go around. You can have a look at the cockpit a little better. Meanwhile, I'll back up a bit. Favorite front end out of any JDM van right here. Flat little snubby nose. Manually locking hubs. This guy has 127,000 kilometers. Do the math on that, it's something like, I don't know, 70 or 80,000 off the top of my head. This is my abridged cluster of keys. Some might think this is a lot of keys. This is my travel. This is the travel amount of keys. This is the amount of keys I keep with me all the time. Anyway, that's what happens when you have a lot of vehicles. Come around, check out the pop top, classic wedge style pop top. What I like about this one is that, I'll show you in a minute once we get in, is that this actually has a clear plastic window up top, which is nice, gives you a nice amount of light inside. Floors, linoleum, a little worse for the wear, but still intact. Custom little mat we put in there for it. Refrigerator functions still. We had to do little repairs, so that functions. Put in a new faucet that functions, and some new water line. Painted the walls of this guy here. They were white and a little dingy. But they're looking pretty nice now. Built this little tabletop. I didn't have a table in here for some reason. I'm not sure why it didn't. But we built that little table, removable for the bed. Just to back up a little bit. So this guy goes here, and then the back of this one goes over here and makes a little bed. But that's only one of the sleeping positions. The other is up top. There's 4 panels here. You can lay them out up here in the pop top section. And there's that window I was talking to you about. Quite nice. A good amount of natural light in here. These cushions were also recovered to match the front cabin. We had gotten so far in it, you know, just the seats were looking. I mean, these back ones weren't as bad, but to have them all match, I think just really adds to just the feel of this van. It's just so retro. You know, there's some wear to the cupboards, but honestly, I like it. I mean, this setup is really cool. It's just, out of all these, like I said, this has the most style, and it's pretty usable. Although, like some of these, I'll step in. This countertop is pretty low. It is knee height on me, and I'm 6'4". Boom. So you're gonna have to sit down when you're cooking. I'd put a, you know, Coleman stove right there if you want to cook. Here's a top view of the chillin' area. See if I can get this to focus. There we go. And I'll come down and sit in the chillin' area. We could look back at the kitchenette, table. 2 more seat belted positions in this booth seat right here. Those are the only other 2. Doesn't mean you couldn't put more in it. Here's that pop top. Plenty of room for me to stand up with this top up. Lots of elbow grease inside that van, I tell you. Here's an example. This lock mechanism was missing this piece. It was completely broken off inside. Turns out this is the same handle used on some Streamline trailers. So, looking on eBay, they're $700 new old stock on eBay for a handle. So I spent a day taking that apart and fabricating little pieces for that lock to make it work properly. It opened, but the locking mechanism didn't work. So you can unlock it. There we go. That works great. Some remnants of obviously the lock not having worked for a while there. Someone just used a basic latch, which I think is pretty shitty in my opinion. But now that works properly. One of many touches we did to make this thing dialed Also, the oil pan had a small leak, not even really dripping, but definitely seeping. So we dropped the pan and fully resealed the oil pan. That's for the motor. The lift struts here, just anchored in a very shoddy way originally from the whatever company built this in Japan. So we fabricated new mounting points for it and more modern, heavier duty lift struts. Also, this awning does work. I'm not going to pull it out, but it's actually in pretty nice shape for one of these things. Usually these awnings are in tattered condition. Sun's coming out. But you know, this is sold, sorry to say, and it's actually headed down to Los Angeles, City of Angels, California. People often ask me about California registration. Very tricky. That's the long and short of it. But this buyer's willing to take the you know, extra steps to make it happen. But please reach out, say what's up. Soon I'll have a full photo set of this van on my website, vanlifenorthwest.com, and Instagram, obviously. Check us out there. Hope you all are well, enjoying this beautiful spring weather. I'm out in the gorge, if you were wondering, Washington side. Take care, y'all. See you soon. Peace. Yeah, there you fucking go.